I'm gonna go ahead and do a part 2. You're fed up. The full moon showed you everything that you needed to see with this individual. It's glow up time. Because, of course, you're naturally glowed up, beautiful inside and out, etc. But some people can dim your light. Some people can steal your vitality, stress you out, etc. Some of you guys, like I said, you're pregnant. Um, it is what it is. I feel like this person could have abandoned you in some type of way. Maybe you're dealing with people who feel abandoned. And if I'm talking to who I know I should be talking to right now, you're dealing with a lot of people who victimize themselves, who apportions blame. They don't take accountability for why the connection is how it is today. They don't. I feel like you standing in your power, you standing on your throne, you gaining your confidence back that's really always been there. But I feel like being around insecure individuals who dim your light, kind of gets projected onto you to kind of like their energy is kind of contagious, especially if you're like an empath. You pick up on other people's energies. But yeah, I feel like you have new beginnings coming in all forms, especially financially, within work, action, energy, passions, within this earthly plane overall. I feel like a lot has to do with your intuition as well. Like maybe you started like listening to your intuition. I feel like you were kind of, I don't want to say guarded. Maybe you had your guard up, but it was so you can have boundaries and everything like that. But what I'm mainly picking up is the energy of you were just on edge, or whatever the case may be. Like you couldn't sit back, relax. You were just waiting for something to happen or something to go wrong. And I feel like you were being resilient through all the things that you were facing and going through. But I feel like you just had this thought, or this assertiveness that, like, I'm on guard. I'm waiting for whatever is to come. I'm drained of energy, but I'm gonna keep pushing through. I'm gonna keep being resilient, right? I don't think this was a mind thing. This was just you. I don't know, maybe because how strong you are, you just was probably running on fume, and you was just operating in the space of being resilient, whether you wanted to or not. But I feel like a lot of people, or mainly that one person, depending on who you are, how this may resonate, and by all means, take only what resonates, leave what doesn't. I feel like y'all were dealing with people who triggered you, caused trauma. That's why it's a karmic connection, because these people, they triggered you. You triggered them. Yeah, you most definitely triggered them. I feel like you were hurt. You had this antagonizing pain, and I feel like you're a person that wants peace. So I don't feel like you're a shit starter or anything like that. I don't feel like you go looking for problems or looking for trouble, but you had unresolved business, unfinished business with a person. And at this point, it was with a person who didn't have the emotional intelligence. They probably didn't know what love was and how to show it, right? I come inside by 8 p.m. All right, and I don't know if I said earlier, but oh yeah, I did say it earlier. This is a part 2. A lot of you guys could be seeing the angel number 1, the angel number 10, 100, 7s, 5s. Okay, look, divine timing. It says believe in the right timing. All right, not oh, this was a coincidence, or oh, boom, nope. The right timing, right? Be honest to yourself. Don't be in denial. All right. Any more messages here for the collective? But yeah, as I said before, y'all fed up. Look, the sword and rose. The truth will come out regardless of what's going on, whether it's love or whatever. Look, it says clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. Yep. Any more messages here for the collective? Confirm the sword and rose. I feel like this was somebody who, wow. Confirming the sword and rose, the snake came out. It says competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder. The other woman. So I feel like a lot of you've gained clarity and truth when it came to this person. Like maybe you realized they were a snake, the enemy all along. Maybe you realized that they were a clever individual. They were being strategic when they were connecting with you. Maybe you were trying to be strategic with this individual. Maybe you had to deal with like third party energies, the other woman, okay? Maybe this was somebody you couldn't really trust. Maybe you felt like they were malicious. You always had to look over your shoulder, whether this was physical abuse or just trust issues overall, to where you just couldn't trust them. You couldn't be in your feminine energy, you know? But we got protection, power. Protection, power, energy. Yeah. I feel like confirming the protection and power energy, we got unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. I feel like regardless, your soul was being protected. Who you are at heart was being protected. You may have, of course, went through a bumpy road. You got pushed into focusing on self-love and everything like that. But regardless, I feel like your power overall was being protected. And this was just helping you no longer release your power to people, because that can look like many things. Giving your power away can look like many things, you know? So I feel like you're dealing with, yeah, mirroring people. Confirm twin flames. So some of you guys are connected with twin flames. Some of you guys, it could be a false twin flame. Confirm twin flames. Yep, you got stabbed in the back by somebody who was like, you felt was your partner in crime, your soulmate, right? There was a lot of heartbreak, pain, deception, something very shocking. It says a shocking attack. We got separation here. Some of you guys could be experiencing being in separation from this individual right now. Yeah, sometimes twin flames, they're better off as friends sometimes, you know? Sometimes there's more stability that will come from just being friends, right? Especially because a lot of people, they still have, you know, work to be done individually, growth that needs to happen. But this is, I know you have some type of soul connection here, some type of partnership, soul contract. I'm also seeing agreement here. I don't know if you have an actual contract with this person, or like we talked about earlier, you have a child with this person. Maybe you guys made an oath, a promise, an agreement. But anyways, when I seen this, all I got was time's up. Okay? That's what I got. Yep. But when it comes to this pain that was dealt to you, it takes time. You're making progress, but it takes time. I feel like you've gotten the clarity you needed. You've seen the truth, and you're probably honoring how you feel. You're moving into a form of self-love. You're becoming more attractive by being in this energy, because, mind you, being in the other energy, you probably were obsessive, jealous, a lot of things, you know? So I feel like you're actually coming into taking your power back. Like, I feel like these things has helped you pretty much take your power back. So, yep, but new love is here. Maybe within this connection that can happen, maybe within a new person. And I do feel like it's romantically and platonically. Somebody could be keeping tabs on you through social media as well. Yeah, you're going to be meeting someone new, and you're probably going to end up dating them. Yep, I feel like this is going to start off as something, no love bombing. For some of you guys, maybe you're not going to be as interested in them. with romance and feelings coming out in reverse.